It's like blue on black. A push on a shove. Cold on ice. A dead man to touch. Skin hanging out your finger. A nice little vibrational defined cut. The vibration of pain. The vibration of energy. Now that I've started to open up to me secrets that are not actually secrets. The crystal reality. The bending light. Tuning vibration. And your place on the throne of consciousness. But you are not really on the throne of consciousness, are you? Where are you right now? Do you even know? Have you ever even considered? Since babies, most of us have assumed to be the vehicle we operate. The vehicle we operate. But are we not the operator? Have you ever meditated and perceived witness consciousness? Perceived yourself watching as the mind thinks its thoughts all by itself. Who is this witness? I've talked to people who understand witness consciousness, but I've yet to, in person, meet someone who noticed they were witnessing the witness itself. How can this be? What is all this light translating to the human being and human mind as physical mass, when it is in fact not actually the way we believe physical mass to be? A dense vibration of energy, palpable to the delusion of touch, but a rule in observation in quantum physics with our most advanced technology is that this idea we have of separation, of you are you and I am I. We're different. We're not even touching right now. There is an empty space between us. But through the lens of this technology, the bumpy crystal glass, the way the light is perceived and bent, there is no empty space between us. In fact, the entire universe itself is observed as one singular universal wave, one field. But like Descartes proposed, man's senses deceive you. When you are walking, you imagine that the floor is separate from your feet, and you are touching it, and you are balancing, and you are applying your weight to push off the ground and move your body. But, now this is the delusion of touch, but, once again, looking at it through quantum physics, through the technology that can see smaller than the atom, the floor and your foot are simply different spectrums of the same vibrating energy, connected at all times. You never touch the floor and you never leave it. There is only one wave. This delusion of separation, this spectrum of vibration, is an illusion. But it gets better. How does grandma lift cars? How do these legends never die? If you can walk on the floor without ever touching it, and yet always be touching it, because both the floor and your concept of your body are one thing, vibrating on two different spectrums. I'm just being simple, so just play with it for a minute. Obviously, it's way more than two. It's very complicated, but we're one step at a time. Do you see this cut on my finger? I don't know if you can see it. There's a piece of skin I saved for you. It's hanging on. I cleaned all the blood, so you're good. You're not gonna get magic. Blood magic. That's for me. I was practicing, okay? Let's just say I was opening an empty cardboard box with strong tape with my 1-inch punch. I was examining and witnessing and watching and studying the mathematics behind singularity vibration without much effort, but also with the instant explosion of ultra instinct vibration into no mind and motion from nothing to something with minimal force, but a good enough maximum supernova speed and explosion. Now, as I was focused, I had this box. It was empty. Only one side was still taped. I had it on top of this wooden pallet. I don't know if people that have been around wooden pallets or empty boxes in warehouses and such, if you understand what I'm talking about. So I was focusing my shot, emptying my mind, distracted because I think I was thinking of something else. So when I threw my shot, what I noticed was, because I wasn't really as focused as I needed to be, I was hitting the surface. So all the box was doing was crushing under force. And now I was not trying to apply such blunt force. I was trying to get precision, to turn my finger into a knife and cut right through. In this example, the cardboard box was the gas light. Okay? Now, remember, if you listen to me, that a lot of times I talk about physical things as an example, but what I'm truly talking about is all things. And the physical example I put forward is meant to be applied to the mental and emotional and philosophical. It is philosophy. It is vibration and clarity, intuition towards divine law. It is towards remembrance of truth. So once I realized I was just hitting the surface of the box, and I remembered what Bruce Lee said, and I remembered how guns fire. They don't hit you in the side of your cheek. They go all the way through you. Just like Bruce said about your strike. Do not strike the surface of the bag, but strike all the way through it. So, once I locked onto this and realized that the speed and the dynamics of where I stopped the force, instead of piercing through the box with my hand, I simply crushed it. So, I'm about to run out of time. I will make a part 2. I don't feel like I made a point, but this is for me, not you. If you like my stuff, help a brother out. Follow me on Tickaday Talkaday or subscribe on YouTube. There's a lot of content. I've given away a lot of free things that most people, like Law of Attraction authors or liars like Billy Carson, have made millions of dollars off you and given you nothing but trash. I have given you secrets to the universe.